Okay, welcome. This is Bob Clark. This is actually a video recording of a webinar I did tonight where I had quite a few tech challenges, tech issues, a lot of delays. So I thought a nice clean recording, doing a video would be just the thing to do. So here we go. Tonight's training, I'm going to give you what I believe is the simplest formula anybody can use to simplify their business and get results they desire. We're in the middle of June 2017 as I record this. This can still be your breakout year, guys. It can still happen for you. I'm going to show you a simple formula today to make that happen. Okay, for those of you who have not been on my webinars or my trainings before, I'm short and to the point. I don't believe in fluff or filler. I rarely do a webinar over an hour, and this one will be much shorter than that because you know what? We're all busy. So let's not beat around the bush. I value your time, you value mine, and I want to deliver information that you can use tonight and you can take away, that you can start using immediately, but I don't want to give you a lot of fluff and a lot of filler in the process, okay? This is the point on a training where I usually talk about my credentials and why you should listen to me. I don't always want to assume that people who are watching this know who I am. So what I'll do is I'll just let others speak for me rather than going through all my credentials. Brian Finale, the CEO of My Lead System Pro, Fernie Ceballos, the CEO of Elite Marketing Pro, and Mark Harbert, one of the top internet marketers in our space, have all endorsed me, and you can pause the video if you want and read these testimonials. But I will tell you this, okay? I've coached many people in the last year and a half, and I'll tell you that even the coaches have coaches, okay? My current coach, guy by the name of Ray Higdon on the left, maybe you know him, one of the top marketers in our industry, one of the guys who has the most integrity I've ever seen. Love the guy, love working with him. He's been my coach for going on 3 years now. Before that, I worked extensively with Diane Hochman, the queen of attraction marketing, who taught me so much. I'm so indebted to her. And I've also worked with a guy named Nick Havner. Maybe you guys know him. Nick basically helped me, coached me through launching my first products and doing my first Facebook ads. So totally grateful to him as well. Coaches have coaches, guys. You never stop learning. Let me ask you a quick question, okay? How would it feel? How would it really feel if you finally broke through and got results, okay? If you turned a profit, maybe you replaced your job income, and more importantly, maybe you showed the naysayers in your life that you could do that, right? How would that feel? All those people who said you'd never do it and you did it. How would that feel? How would it feel to get results, to turn a profit, to replace your job income? How would that make you feel? Okay, this isn't a live recording, a live video anymore, a live webinar, so you can't type your answers in the chat box. But just think about it, okay? Give me 1 or 2 words of how that would feel. Jot that down in your notes. And then the question to me, for you, is why haven't you done it so far? What's been holding you back? Okay, so let's cut through the BS of what we tell ourselves are the reasons, okay? We all have a narrative that we tell ourselves are the reasons we can't do something, or we haven't done it, excuses that we tell ourselves. Let's cut through that, okay? Here's what I hear a lot of, okay? I've coached, like I said, quite a few people who are mostly part-time in their business, and I hear this a lot. I'm overwhelmed. Okay, I'm overwhelmed. I hear it all over the place. My coaching clients, I hear it online. I see it on Facebook and different social media. I'm overwhelmed. And you know what? You've got a lot of information coming at you. I know that. It's coming from all angles. You've got, emails and messages and product launches and new information all coming at you, right? New trainings all coming at you. And I'll tell you that 80% of that really is not useful. Okay, really it's not. Maybe even more than that, but at least 80% of the information that you're getting, taking in on a daily basis is not useful. And for that information that is useful for you, most people have no plan how to use it. Okay, a lot of people say that the cure for overwhelm is taking action, any action, and you won't be overwhelmed. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think action is key, but I think it's intended action. Okay, we're going to get a lot more into that in the next few minutes of what it means to take intended action. Another thing I hear a lot of is I don't have time. There's another narrative we have, especially if you're part-time in your business, I just don't have the time to get results. Okay? I promise you, you do have time. Okay? I've been doing this now for 8 years. For those of you who don't know me, I have a healthcare career, very successful one I've been doing for over 25 years. Love what I do. I started my business part-time basically about 8 or 9 years ago with the idea that I will have that income in place when I want to retire so I can retire on my own terms. Okay, so I've been doing this around. I've been around the block a few times. I've heard it all when it comes to excuses for time. And I promise you, you do have enough time. In fact, you have much more business time than you think in your day. And what you really are lacking is not time, it's focus. Okay, you don't want to be like this person. You don't want to be the person who finally gets some time to work on their business. They sit down at their computer and they think, what should I do first? I don't know. And you feel overwhelmed all over again, right? What should I do first is a bad question to be asking when you've got time to work on your business. Okay, now I want to sit down, like paint a scenario for you here. Okay, I want you to pretend that you and I are sitting next to each other at a live event. Okay, it doesn't matter which one. At a live event, maybe an MLM company, maybe an industry event, whatever. We're sitting at a live event, sitting next to each other. We don't really know each other. We're just talking a little bit, getting to know each other. And then there's always a part, or there usually is a part of these events where people get called up to get awards, right? For rank advancing or for being making a bunch of affiliate sales, whatever. People get called up, and we're sitting there and we're listening to this, and all of a sudden, you realize they called my name, and I get up out of my chair. I go up the aisle. I get up on stage. I meet up with the big guys. They give me my award, and I'm standing there like this. Okay, this is a picture of me a few years ago at a live event called No Excuses, where I was a top affiliate for a company called Elite Marketing Pro, and I got this award on stage. Got pictures and the whole thing. Very nice. So there you are. You're sitting in your chair. You've watched me go up on stage. Okay, you're watching me get my award. What's going through your mind? Okay, is it thoughts of anger and despair of what's wrong with me? Maybe what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this, right? Have you asked yourself that? Maybe it's envy or jealousy. He's so lucky. If only I had the resources he had, I'd be able to get up on stage too, right? Are you having those kind of thoughts? Or are you having more thoughts like on the right side of the picture? Thoughts of happiness, hope, encouragement, If he can do it, I can do it too, right? Those are very positive thoughts. And maybe you're even asking the question that is so important. Let me find out how he did it. Okay, I'm going to tell you that for the most part, unsuccessful people in our profession gravitate toward the left. The anger, the despair, the envy, the jealousy, the what's wrong with me questions. That's where the unsuccessful people hang out. Successful people hang out on the right side, the happiness, the hope, the encouragement, and more importantly, one of the best questions you can ask is, let me find out how he did it. Let me buy him lunch. Let me pick his brain. Let me find out how he did this. You can learn a lot. That's where the successful people hang out, is on the right side of this picture. Where are you? Where do you reside right now? Maybe we can change that. So what I'm going to give you tonight is 3 steps that will basically help you neutralize overwhelm and confusion, overcome your fears and get into action, and importantly, staying in action once you start when the going gets tough. Okay, a lot of people, they overcome their obstacles, they get into action, but they stop when things get tough and the doubts set in. All right, I'm going to show you how to combat that tonight. I call it, for nothing better, I don't know what else to call it, the PFA strategy. Okay, what it really is a simple blueprint to get you into the kind of action that actually leads to results. Okay, and to stay in action when things get tough. Okay, I call it the PFA strategy. Step 1 is have a plan. The P stands for plan. Okay, one of the most important questions you can ask yourself is, what can I do in the next time frame? Okay, what can I do in the next 30 minutes? What can I do in the next hour that will give me the best chance of getting a result? Key question, okay? Especially for part-timers, but for all marketers, right? What can I do in the next few minutes, 15, 30 minutes, that will give me the best chance of getting a result and moving me forward in my business? It's an important question, okay? To do that, I've always introduced the concept of a daily method of operation to my coaching clients, sometimes called a DMO. Maybe you've heard about it, which is basically, a DMO is basically a list of tasks that you do daily that have maximum impact in your business. Okay, that if you follow your DMO, right, you will get results. And this is a very important document in your business for you to create. And within the DMO is something I call the money task. And that money task is that thing, that task in your business, right, that will most likely lead to you making money. If you follow that, if you do it day in and day out, that task that will most likely, get the result of you making some money. Okay, that will be different depending on what business model you're in. If you're, for example, if you're an MLM, your DMO will look different than someone who's an affiliate marketer or a content marketer. Your money task will be different. A money task for a person in network marketing almost always involves prospecting, right? Getting people to see your company presentation, following up. Those are money tasks. If you're an affiliate marketer, your money task will be different. Okay, so your DMO and your money task will be different depending on what kind of business you have. Your DMO should be posted in your work area. This picture right here is actually my own desk. It's where I'm doing this recording from. And as I look to my right, my DMO is staring me in the face. And my DMO is always staring me in the face because I want it front and center when I sit down at my computer. Okay, you don't want to sit down at your computer, like I said, and say, I don't know what to do. That should never be the question you ask yourself when you get some time. Super, super important concept. Step 1, have a plan. Step 2 is focus. Okay, the F stands for focus. It is so important that you minimize distraction, guys. It's so important. You don't want to start working on your business and then, oops, I got a text message, or oops, I got a Facebook message, or oops, my kids are interrupting me again. All right? You just don't want to get those kind of interruptions, you can't afford those kind of distractions, especially if you're tight on time. Right? You're looking to get 30 to 60 minutes of uninterrupted action if you can. Okay, and the only way to do that is to really cut down on distractions. You've got to turn everything off when you're working on your business, except for what you're working on. Okay, turn off the phone, turn off the text messaging, turn off the social media, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, turn it off. Okay, turn off any extraneous windows in your computer, except for the ones that you're using to work on. Okay, there's an app called Self-Control that I've used in the past that is very good. It actually will stop your computer from accessing certain sites during a set period of time. Kind of forces you to focus. Very kind of cool to do that. So you can Google that, Self-Control app, and you can download that on your computer. Okay, you can work with your family, set up a schedule so they know when your business time is going to be. Maybe you need to swap with your friends. Maybe you have kids, and you can work out a swap with your friends so that they can watch your kids for an hour today, and you watch theirs for an hour tomorrow. Things like that. You got to pull out all the stops, guys. This is war. Okay, distractions are war. You've got to go all out against it, right? To do anything you can to minimize those distractions and get hyper-focused on your business. Step 2 is focus. Step 3 is action and accountability. A stands for action and accountability. 2 parts to this, really. The first is getting into action. Okay, I told you before, not all actions are equal. Intended action is what you're looking for. Okay, implementing your daily method of operation is intended action. Okay, it's doing tasks that will get you results as long as you do them over a period of time. Okay, it's intended action is the most important kind of action you can take. And then the question on the right here, the accountability portion. Accountability is key, guys. Okay, will you stop when the going gets tough, when things don't go right? Will you stop? Okay, it's one of the things I see the most is that people start getting into action, things don't go according to plan, and they bail. Right? I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to happen to you. You can be accountable in different ways, right? You can be accountable to yourself if you can make that work. I've always had trouble with that. I guess I'm not strict enough with myself, but I always find excuses that I can make to myself to basically justify why I didn't do something. But you can try. You can try to be accountable to yourself. You can try to be accountable to friends and family. You know, ask your spouse, your friends to keep you accountable. But if they don't know much about business, and they might be a little soft on you because they won't really understand what you're trying to do, you can have what they call running buddies or accountability partners. Those are other marketers that sometimes works. You can be accountable to each other. I've had that work for a while, usually not on a long-term basis. Or you can be accountable to a group of marketers all pulling for each other. And that basically is what I'm talking about here is some kind of a mastermind group. Here I am. The picture here is me running a mastermind with 4 of my coaching clients where we met every week. And we basically, I helped to keep them accountable. They kept each other accountable with their actions and what they were doing. And it works really, really well. The concept of having a mastermind is really, really powerful. So just to review now my 3-step system, this is really not mine. This is something I've developed over time based on my experience. It's a 3-step system to get results you deserve. Have a plan, have a DMO, be hyper-focused, eliminate distractions, and take intended action, and have a way to keep yourself accountable. Now, I'll be first to tell you, guys, this is not rocket science, right? You can set this up for yourself. You can put all these steps in place by yourself. You can do it, right? I've done it. I had to do it. It takes time. It takes time, takes energy, takes some research, takes some looking around. That time is not something we have a lot of, but you can do it yourself. I'm just going to tell you, plain and simple, you can do it yourself. Or you can plug into something like a mastermind that can really help you do all these things. So at this point in the video, I will tell you in the recording, I'll tell you that you can turn this off right now. You can jump off. You can end this recording if you're sure you can do it by yourself. If that's you, go ahead, shut it off. You don't need to go any further. If you're not serious about doing what it takes to get results, and I don't say this glibly or smugly, there are people out there I've found who are kind of doing this like a hobby, right? They're not that serious. They're just dabbling. They're dipping their toe in the water. They want to see what they can do. If that's you, you can probably shut this off as well, because really what I'm about to propose to you would not make sense. All right, if you can turn this off if you're not willing to cheer other people on and support them in their journey. That's what a mastermind is all about. And you can turn this off if you don't want to or simply can't invest in your business. I understand, sometimes your budget does not allow anything, even if it's a small investment. If that's you, you can probably shut this off as well. Totally get it. Love you. I have lots of free content over on my blog at bobandrosemary.com. Go check it out. Okay. I've had coaching clients in the past who are just amazing. This is one of them, my friend Sharon, who basically said about me, you're a leader, a listener, a wise, generous mentor. I'm grateful I stopped pretending to know it all and invested in your coaching program. I've immediately implementing what you told me, the great ideas that you gave me. Okay, so Sharon Gist, if you don't know her, you should look her up. She has gone on since my coaching and had amazing results in the company she's in. I don't take any credit for it except that maybe pointing her in the right direction and giving her some really good habits. But she's done all the work. She deserves all the credit. Sharon's an amazing marketer. This is a current coaching client of mine, Lori Durfee, another really amazing marketer, an amazing person. You should really know Lori. And she said, before I joined Bob's coaching program, I was spending too much time on useless actions and spinning my wheels. Maybe that sounds familiar to you, right? The first thing I learned was to create a DMO. Now I spend my time on money-making tasks first. And the best part is I'm creating better habits, and I know I'm on a path to success. Lori's awesome. And then there's my buddy Baxter. Baxter's been with me as a coaching client since the beginning, and he is still a current coaching client. Baxter basically just says right from the cuff, if you get an opportunity to work with Dr. Bob, it will be time well spent. Look up Baxter, man. Baxter is awesome. Okay, what I want to talk to you about now is something very near and dear to my heart. It's my part-time mastermind coaching program 2.0, because I've basically taken what I've done over the last year and a half and just flat out made it better. I found out, what worked, what didn't work, what could be improved. And this version of my coaching program is far and away better than 1.0. Okay. So Part-Time Mastermind Coaching Program 2.0. It's 6 months in duration. Okay, we start again in July. Okay, so you can still have your best year ever. You still have a half year. You can still turn this around if things aren't working for you. You can do it. I found that 6 months is the optimal time duration for my mastermind. It just works best to really get everything into place, getting people into action, and helping them be accountable. Okay, 6 months is the sweet spot in my coaching program. Very importantly, okay, it is not a passive program designed to make you feel better. Okay, it's not that. I've been in some masterminds that are kind of designed to just make you feel good about yourself. This is not one of those. This is an action program. Okay, it's an action program designed to get you into intended action fast. That's what we do here. Okay, we're not touchy-feely too much. We're get into action. Okay, it's a group coaching setting with lots of interaction and a personal touch. And I have made very affordable payment plans optional, different levels of joining, and affordable payment plans. So I really think that virtually anybody can do this if they want to. It's a plan. It's a program that puts the PFA system I just talked about into action. Okay, it helps you develop your action plan, your DMO, increases your skills through weekly training sessions, works with you to improve your focus and remove distractions, and keeps you accountable so that you keep going. So if you are tired of trying to do it alone, ready to make 2017 your best year ever, ready to move past all this confusion and overwhelm that you're feeling, not afraid to roll up your sleeves and get into action and be coachable. And by coachable, I mean listening, implementing, reporting, and repeating, okay? Tweaking and repeating. That to me is coachable. If you are all these things, then I invite you to submit a free application. That is your next step, okay? Submit your free application to become part of our part-time mastermind coaching program. It is by application only. I don't accept everybody because, quite frankly, not everybody's a fit for this program, and we're not a fit for everybody. Okay, it's just the way it is. If you submit your application through this recording, I will knock off $500 right off the bat off the cost of the coaching program. If you submit your application and we approve you and you want to work with us, I'll knock $500 off the price. So the way it's going to work is you go to bobandrosemary.com/app, APP. And when you do that, you'll come to a coaching application. You fill it out as well as you can. You submit it to me. I'll go over it. We'll give you a call. We'll talk about whether or not you're a good fit for us, and also if we're a good fit for you. If all that works out and you decide to join us, then again, I will knock $500 off the cost, the investment of my coaching program. So that's your next step, guys. Submit your application if you have interest in joining us. We'd love to have you if you're a go-getter, if you're an action taker, and you're serious about making things happen in your business for the last half of 2017. We are eager to receive your application and to see whether or not we're a fit for each other. bobandrosemary.com/app. Submit your free application and let's see if we're fit to work together. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I know your time is tight. I'm honored that you watched this recording, and I will see you on our next training. Take care. Have a fantastic night. Bye-bye.